what about the 49th state is where I was going with this. Are you planning to take any trips on Alaska Airlines coming up anytime soon?
No, but everyone I know who goes there tells me I should. They tell me that the cruises up there are beautiful. They tell me that it's really just about the cruises. I don't know if anyone wants to be on the land.
Well, I think if you jump onto a ticket real soon on Alaska Airlines, they may be offering some specials here coming up. Did you hear about this?
No, I do not know what you're talking
One
about.
of their off-duty pilots, the deal is.
I did see
Yeah,
this.
you did hear about this.
Yeah.
Oh, see, there you go. The deal is if you're a pilot with an airline, then if you want to go somewhere, you can ride the jump seat. Like I used to ride on Crockett's little G2. Was it a G? Yeah, it was a G1, a Gulfstream. The very first iteration of that plane. I'd ride on the little jump seat behind the real pilots. Well, apparently they let the real pilots ride on the jump seat when they're off duty behind the real pilots. And one of the Alaska Airlines pilots that was riding in the jump seat, they said he tried to turn the engines off in mid-flight to wake himself up from a dream that he thought he was having because he'd been up for 48 hours before boarding the flight. And he's been battling depression, so he took psychedelic mushrooms, which sounds like a perfect combination.
Good idea.
Mushrooms, depression, sleep deprivation, and now he's facing 83 counts of attempted murder. So I'm thinking we need an Alaskan vacation, Brian.
Must have been some good shit. Well, I guess that really backs up your claim that it's just a death tube in the air. How many lawsuits are going to come out of that?
Can you imagine it? You're riding along, and they didn't know anything was happening, apparently, in the cockpit, aptly named, until the pilots grabbed the guy's hands and pushed the levers back up, and even the guy was like, I guess I better go. And they got him out of the cockpit, and the fucking stewardess apparently told some of the passengers, yeah, this guy's having a mental breakdown. But don't worry. But now he's among other charges, he's got 83 counts of attempted murder because however many people was on the plane, if he'd have turned the engines off, hello, goodbye. And it wasn't even turning the engines off. It was, he was going to cut the gas. Like this is in case of a fire or whatever. He's going to cut the gas to the gas tank. So they wouldn't have been able to just like, oh, golly, let me put it back in drive. Anyway, now you see, again, nobody has ever tried to cut the fucking gas to my Expedition while I was in the middle of driving it.
That you know of.
No, I keep an eye on these things.
Did you
I'm
see?
the only one in the cockpit.
They just put out a book about the making of airplane. I just got it. I don't have, it's in one of these piles over here, but it's the making of airplane.
I must have it then, because I did not know that this existed, but go ahead.
We always talk about what you were into, when you were a teenager or towards the end of your teens. Was Airplane a big movie for you?
Oh, good Lord. Yes. I mean, that's one of the ones you went and saw, multiple times in the actual theater. Well, that's before home video, so you weren't going to see it on VHS for a while anyway. But oh yeah, multiple times because you had to get all the shit, and then once you remembered where the shit was, you could do the punchlines with everybody on the fucking screen. So yes, and then when Police Squad became a much heralded 6 fucking episode TV series.
The movies are better than the shows for Naked Gun in terms of those characters, I think.
Well, yes, but they couldn't really do them justice in 22 minutes on network, but still, they could have at least done 13 just to say they did.
Did you ever see the Kentucky Fried Movie?
Oh yes, but better than Kentucky Fried Movie was the Groove Tube.
Yeah, my old neighbor used to own that.
What, the rights to the Groove Tube?
No, my family's neighbor in Lido Beach, the Frank family, Cy Frank and his partner Sid Sinitar owned movie theaters, and they went to some convention in like 72, 73, and they bought the rights to Groove Tube.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I didn't even know that until like years later. I was talking to Sid Sinitar, and he just mentioned that they own Chevy Chase's first film. I said, Groove Tube? He goes, yeah, how the hell did you know that? Well, he didn't say hell. He was a very nice older man.
He's a very nice, non-potty-mouthed man, but well, then in that case, get me a nice DVD, because my Groove Tube, my copy of Groove Tube on tape is, no, I did upgrade. I do have a VHS, but my original one was a beta that I copied from the commercial videotape with the help of a copy guard eliminator back when you had to have those type of things. And as a matter of fact, Airplane was on the same beta tape as the Groove Tube, I'll have you know, which I still have around here somewhere, possibly on my office shelf. Go ahead.
But back to Airplane, there was some story. I was flipping through the book. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but apparently Peter Graves, after the movie came out, and was pretty big. He was one day, I don't know what prompted this. I got to go back and read this. He was in a store one day, and he saw some kid with his mom, and he just leaned over and he said, do you like gladiator films? And the mom, like, grabbed the kid and ran out of the store.
At least he didn't ask if he'd ever seen a grown man naked.
Do you know who was originally up for the role that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got?
I do not.
Pete Rose.
But he couldn't get his fee in cash?
I don't know. Or they didn't take bets on the set. I'm not sure.
Would it have been as funny?
No, Kareem was perfect.
Yeah.
He was perfect.
Because I think Pete Rose would have just naturally cussed the kid out too quickly.
So Naked Gun, do you like the Naked Gun?
Well, it just depends on if anybody's around, naked and everything. No, the rest of the whole series or spin-offs or whatever, yes, okay, but I have the soft spot for Airplane and the original shit and Police Squad. The groundbreaking original stuff where they were still coming up with this type of thing. And then it got out of hand like everything else does.
Where the woman who went on to play Tony Soprano's mom plays the mayor. She's yelling at Leslie Nielsen, Frank Drebin, about how he shot some people in the park. He goes, hey, listen, I see people getting stabbed in the park. I shoot them. I'm a cop. That was a performance of Shakespeare in the Park, you moron. Well,